Hey, happy Friday. Thanks so much for joining us here on 9 News Plus. I'm meteorologist Chris Bianchi here in the 9 News Weather Center. So, kind of starting things off, looks like we're going to be mostly looking at a dry weekend ahead. Today we could have a few isolated storms, especially north of Denver. One or two of those could turn severe. And then, if you're looking for some cooler, more fall-like weather, it will arrive, but it's not going to be until probably the middle part of next week, and just in time for the official start of autumn, which, by the way, is next Thursday evening when we officially go from summer to fall. Meantime, what a beautiful view that is from the Rocky Mountain National Park Alpine Visitor Center. And if you squint, if you really squint there, you can see a little bit in the way of some of that fall color just starting to get going up there into the mountains. I do think that we're looking at starting to see some of that patchy color into northern Colorado, mainly along and north of I-70, but even in southern Colorado, a little bit of patchy color. I think we should fill some of that in as we head through the upcoming weekend. So those overall headlines for our day today, a few storms around. As I mentioned, better chances north of Denver. If you've got a happy hour, you got something outdoors planned this evening here in Denver, I think it's probably going to be okay. It says you head north of town, Fort Collins, Greeley, Steamboat Springs, and especially the northeastern corner. So Fort Morgan, Sterling, Holyoke, Ray, those will be the areas with the highest chance of seeing a stronger storm later on this afternoon. And this evening, the weekend's mainly hot and dry, maybe an isolated storm tomorrow. Most of us stay dry tomorrow, and then a cool down late next week. So again, if you're looking for some of that fall-like weather, which I know a lot of us are this time of year, well, first of all, you could head up to the mountains. Number two, here along the Front Range in eastern Colorado, we'll get it again Wednesday, Thursday of next week. Until then, it is summer. By the way, happy last Friday of summer officially. Temperatures right now in Denver, 73 degrees, 82 in Springfield. Mountains, though, 48 in Kremling and 53 in Leadville. So, again, you don't have to head too far away to find some of that fall-like feel on up into the mountains. Mother Nature's air conditioning. You head up in elevation and you head up that way. It's certainly much, much cooler. As mentioned, here in Denver, I don't think we're looking at much in the way of severe weather. No real risk for severe weather here in town today. North and east of Denver, a bit of a different story. That's where we could see one or two storms that could produce some gusty winds up to 50, 60 miles an hour, maybe some large hail embedded within some of that as well. Right now, though, look at that in Grand Junction. A few showers and storms moving their way through Mesa County in the western slope. And a close look in there, again, some of that lightning starting to pop on up right over Grand Junction. Otherwise, just a little bit of cloud cover and some light rain moving its way into the northern mountains. Cloud cover will pick up along the Front Range as we head through the afternoon, and that will give way to some of those showers and thunderstorms that I mentioned. Again, better chance of storms as you head north of I-70. We've got a weak system that's mainly moving through Wyoming and Nebraska. We're getting kind of clipped by this thing. So again, that's why northern Colorado is going to have a better chance of seeing those storms later on this afternoon than along the south of I-70. And by the way, if you're camping tonight, just keep in mind, northern Colorado, Yampa Valley could be a little rough tonight. So along Highway 40 there, west of Steamboat Springs, so west of, say, Hayden, along the Colorado River out there towards Craig and Moffat County. Could be a little rough tonight out there. I would try and go a little further south, maybe get into the flat tops, if not a little further south of there, if you're doing some camping tonight or this evening. It is the last weekend of summer after all, so I know few of us are trying to sneak in some of those last-second camping trips. If you're along and south of I-70, it's going to be great this weekend. Along and north of I-70, again, a few trouble spots in far northern Colorado. Again, Yampa Valley and points west there along Highway 40 could be a little tricky and dicey, mainly tonight, maybe even tomorrow a little bit as well. Meantime, closer look in the Front Range. Again, don't be too this looks worse than it is. This would be, if we get something here in town, it'd be the kind of deal I always talk about where it's you get a few raindrops in the windshield, you get those really dark, ominous looking clouds that look like it's about to just dump rain, and you just get a few of those drops in the windshield, you get some kind of a little bit of gusty wind, that kind of deal, and that would be the worst case scenario for us here in town this afternoon. I think we're going to be mainly on the dry side. Kind of put myself out there a little bit, but I think we're going to stay on the dry side today. And again, Futurecast radar here, we're just not seeing a ton of rain here or even anywhere that close to town. You get into northern Colorado again, Greeley, Fort Collins. I do think we have higher rain chances there, even Boulder. So if you're heading out on Pearl Street tonight, you might want to just keep in mind that you do have a storm chance, a better storm chance as you head up that way, and certainly along and west of the divide. That's where you're going to be looking at better rain chances this afternoon and this evening. So Highway 14, Highway 40 as you get west of Denver, that's where you're going to be looking at some of those better storm chances this afternoon. Here in Denver, sunshine for now. We will see clouds increase. We will see probably some of those dark, ominous looking skies come 3-4 o'clock this afternoon, but they won't give way to much. It'll be a lot more bark than bite with the skies this afternoon and this evening. Better storm chances as you head north of Denver. High around 81 for us here in Denver, which is, by the way, right around average. Average high for today is 80 degrees, so nothing too unusual about that. 60s, 70s into the mountains, 80s, close to 90 degrees, a few spots on the eastern plains. Tomorrow, 82 degrees for us here in Denver. 10% chance, I would say, at best at a storm for us here in Denver tomorrow. Again, I think we stay dry, and tomorrow, even lower storm chances than today. So again, don't plan around those storm chances today. If you got outdoor plans, go for it here, folks. You should be fine. 90% of cases, again, 1 or 2 stray shower storms develop, but most of us stay dry. So that's today. Notice tomorrow we're even drier. Again, 1 or 2 pop-up shower storms. In fact, let's go back to this a little bit again. So tomorrow afternoon, again, 1 or 2 of these stray shower storms. We will see clouds increase during the afternoon, early evening, but again, we're going to be mainly on the dry side. And for our friends in northern Colorado, where today looks a bit stormier, tomorrow looks drier. Again, same idea where we do have some storms around, but it won't be that big of a deal. Highs for a day tomorrow should get on up into the low 80s, maybe even mid 80s here in Denver, depending on how much sunshine we're able to get in there. Wouldn't be surprised if we end up at 85, 86 tomorrow here in Denver. But we'll call for 82, 83. That would be dependent on some of those, again, afternoon shower storms not developing. One more look here at tomorrow's futurecast, where we do, again, have a better chance at some of those shower storms in northeastern Colorado, but tomorrow's storm chances lower than today's. Let's get to the 7-day forecast, including that Broncos forecast coming up for Sunday, where it looks sunny and dry. I think statewide we are bone dry for Sunday and for Monday, with highs getting close to 90 degrees. Folks, this is pretty late in the summer season for us to be talking about temperatures this hot. We almost for sure will get to 90 degrees or above. Records are in the low to mid 90s, 93, 94. I don't think we quite get there. Can't rule it out, but I don't think we quite get to record territory early next week. But then Tuesday, Wednesday, we get a pretty typical fall system that drops away on through the region, and that will knock our temperatures back into the low 70s. Wouldn't be surprised if we stay in the 60s next Wednesday, especially Thursday and Friday. We should get some decent rain, especially into the mountains for the mid to end part of next week. So that is some good news. Meantime, Broncos forecast. All of us keeping an eye on that game on Sunday. Broncos home opener. We're all excited about that. Russell Wilson taking his first snaps at corporate sponsor here at Mile High, and we will be talking about those temperatures that will be on the warm side, certainly for us here as we get into the middle part of the afternoon. So maybe keep in mind that you'll probably want to have plenty of water with you as you do some tailgating out there at Mile High there, and we will be talking about, again, those temperatures mid to upper 80s for us here in Denver as they host the Houston Texans. Kind of a must-win game, I would say, as we head through the early to mid part of the afternoon tomorrow on Sunday. Again, should be mainly on the dry side. Just keep in mind it's gonna be on the hot side, so I don't think we have any other weather concerns for the Broncos game, other than the fact that it will be a bit toasty with those game time temperatures right around 84, 85 degrees on Sunday. So hopefully it gives you an idea about what to expect. If not, don't worry. Meteorologist Keely Chalmers will have an update for you coming up at 9 News at noon. Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabin's in at 4 and 5. And then Meteorologist Lauren Robinson's in at 6, 9, and 10 tonight on the 9 News family of networks. Once again, I'm Meteorologist Chris Bianchi, and have a great rest of your Friday, and have a great weekend as well.